Halloween is almost upon us, and to get into the mood, I put on The Corpse Bride for a spooky movie night in. This 2005 stop motion film really is Tim Burton at his best. Excellent character design, dripping in gothic, Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, of course, and a tragic love story underpinning it all. Because what The Corpse Bride is, overall, is a tragedy. A story of betrayal, lost love, loss of youth and innocence. It is the story of Emily, the corpse bride herself, the true victim of the film. She's not just a ghostly bride to be, nor an obstacle for Victor and Victoria to overcome, but she is a woman who was wronged in life, manipulated in death, who lives with internal pain and sorrow. She is the most tragic soul of all in Tim Burton's world. Before the story even begins, Emily's fate is already sealed. We learn that she was once a beautiful young woman from a good, prosperous home who dreamed of love and marriage. But that dream was destroyed when she was betrayed by the man she trusted the most. She eloped with her fiancé, believing he loved her for who she was. Instead, he murders her in cold blood, stealing her family jewels and leaving her body to rot in the woods. Emily's death isn't just tragic, it is cruel. She was punished for believing in love, in happiness, by the very man she felt could deliver that love. The man who killed her represents the worst of Victorian society: greed, deceit, and entitlement. Rather than being remembered as a person with dreams and feelings, Emily becomes another forgotten victim in a world that values wealth and status over compassion. Her story highlights how women, both in her time and in ours, are often betrayed by those who claim to love them, left to bear the emotional scars of others' selfishness. When we meet her in the land of the dead, her body is decaying, being fed upon by maggots. But her soul, her innocence, and her belief that there is still good in people, and her dreams of finding love still remain. She is the purest of the pure. When Victor accidentally marries Emily by reciting his vows in the woods, she immediately believes all her dreams have finally come true. For her, this is a miracle, a second chance at love and at happiness that she was so horribly denied in life. But Victor doesn't see it this way. For him, this is a literal nightmare that he must escape. He never intended to marry her, and he spends much of the film trying to escape her. With this dynamic, one cannot help but feel sympathy for Emily. She isn't malicious or vengeful. She's just misunderstood. She doesn't realize at first that Victor already loves someone else. Instead, she clings to him because she's terrified of being abandoned again. He is her only hope. Throughout their interactions, Emily tries to be kind and hopeful, but her desperation often gets twisted into comedy or fear by those around her. Even the other characters in the land of the dead treat her with a kind of pity, as though she's a ghost who can't move on because she's too naive or too helpless. In reality, Emily's attachment isn't foolish, it is human. She was robbed of closure, of justice, and of love. All she wants is what was promised to her: a wedding, a husband, and happiness. One can easily make the mistake to think of The Corpse Bride or its plot as a love triangle between Victor, Victoria, and Emily. But in truth, Emily doesn't have a fair chance in this triangle. Victor's heart clearly belongs to Victoria, yet Emily never tries to harm her. She doesn't become a stereotypical jealous woman or ghost. Instead, when Emily does learn the truth, that Victor is already engaged and that Victoria loves him, she chooses compassion over revenge. This is one of the most important turning points in the film. Emily finally understands that forcing Victor to marry her would make her no better than the man who murdered her. Her ability to recognize this, to let go of her own desires for the sake of others, shows an incredible strength of character. She was the one who was betrayed, but she refuses to continue that cycle of abuse. In the film's climax, Victor offers to go through the wedding ceremony to Emily, in the land of the dead, willing to drink the poison so that he can be with Emily forever. It is a selfless act born out of a commitment, duty, and a feeling sorry for her. But it is Emily who makes the ultimate sacrifice. At the very last moment, she stops him.
This is wrong. I was a bride. My dreams were taken from me. Well, now. But you're not mine. Victoria.
She tells Victor that he deserves to live, that his love belongs to someone who is still alive. In doing so, she finally reclaims her agency. For the first time, she is not a victim of someone else's choices. She is in control of her own destiny. By letting Victor go, Emily breaks free from the chains of her past. Her spirit is finally at peace, transforming into a flurry of glowing butterflies, a symbol of freedom, rebirth, and forgiveness. Emily's story is a tragedy within a fantasy. She is the victim of deception, of misplaced hope, and of society that cast her away. Even after death, she is forced to relive the pain until she finally learns to let it go. But despite all this, Emily never becomes bitter. She remains kind, poetic, and empathetic, a symbol of resilience in the face of heartbreak. In the end, The Corpse Bride isn't about death at all, but is about release. Release from love that is unreciprocated, from the past that haunts us, and from the roles others force us to play. Emily may have been betrayed and forgotten, but she is also the soul of the story. She reminds us all that even the most broken hearts can find their peace, not through vengeance, but through compassion. So next time you watch The Corpse Bride, remember, Emily isn't just a ghoulish figure in a tragic tale. She is the victim who found the strength to forgive and move on, and to set herself free. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Happy Halloween.